talked to an astronaut yesterday who's on the moon, who's a soldier.
Guys, so we supposedly have a motherfucking man on the moon, okay? We currently have US operatives and governmental employees stationed on the moon, okay? Nobody knows about it. This man just said it, as you can see. This was shared to me by a very loyal follower, GlassFX. So big shout out. He's started following on Rumble. Really great dude. We talk on Twitter, etc. So that's how I found this video, and oh my god, is it interesting. Okay, so don't go anywhere and check this out. Subscribe, notifications on.
The president's having a parade for his birthday. It's about the Army, and it's about Flag Day, and it happens to be the president's birthday. And this idea was actually brought up by the Army, by General George, when President Biden was president, but it was going to be much smaller. Can you shed light on that?
Yeah, I think there's kind of two things here that I find preposterous. Thing one is as if the Army 170 years before the president was even born could have lined this up to be his birthday. It's just insanity to me that they are pushing back on this idea that we want to celebrate our 250th anniversary with an entity and a body that has done so much for this nation and that so many people have this incredible connection to. And then the second thing is, to your point, the Army started planning this long in advance because what we believe is this will continue the strength in recruiting and retention that we have as young Americans across the country get to see all of the amazing things that the Army has done, whether it's helping with floods in North Carolina or wildfires in California, or we talked to an astronaut yesterday who's on the moon, who's a soldier, including actually going to war and fighting to defend the freedoms that make our nation so great. We think this is going to be an incredible opportunity for the Army to fill up our pipeline for the years to come. And I find it offensive that anybody is challenging that.
Okay, so this seems like a really dapper young man, am I right? Do you think he's like new? He was a little bit stressed and he just misspoke, or like he malfunctioned in a way? Because on the moon, what the fuck? Nobody's aware of this. Does the US have people on the moon? So I'm just stuck between this place where I think maybe he's, was a little bit stressed and just spoke wrong, or I have no idea. But let me know what you guys think. Do you know more about this? Is there black projects on the moon? Okay. So just to be motherfucking clear, an astronaut on the moon from the Army.
We talked to an astronaut yesterday who's on the moon, who's a soldier.
So the absolute closest thing I could find about referring to someone, in space, the moon, I could not find anything remotely close to the moon except like remote viewers, right? That fucking goes there all the time, guys. But so Colonel Ann McClain is a current colonel in the US Army. He's serving as the commander of the NASA's SpaceX Crew 10 mission to the International Space Station, okay? She's also a NASA astronaut. She launched into space on March 14, 2025 and is currently aboard the ISS. So did this motherfucker want to say the ISS just in our local, Earth orbit, and mistake that for the moon? Like, it's really odd, very odd. I don't know. Might be a possibility. Let me know what you personally think. Like this video.
In high school, I was a loner, I was a reject, I was a poser, multiple personalities, I'm bipolar, I swear I mean well, I'm still going to hell. Witchcraft, love chants, whisper in my ear, put me in a trance. Cocaine all night long, when I die bury me with all my ice on.